A lot of times when you have one hormone imbalance, you're going to have another one because they work like a football team. They all work together. Hello, everyone. Kim here. I am going to share with you today another hormone. So there's so many things that can cause us to have different symptoms in our body. Majority of them can be things of a hormone imbalance. As we talked about in our cortisol video, a lot of times when you have one hormone imbalance, you're going to have another one because they work like a football team. They all work together, okay? Or an orchestra. They have to all be in line. Otherwise, they don't work properly. So today we're going to talk about fatigue, bloating, headaches. If you experience any of those things, you could possibly have the hormone imbalance of low progesterone. Progesterone is a very important hormone because it's the counter hormone to estrogen. And progesterone resistance actually is the second most common hormone imbalance by women, especially over 35. The reason for that is when we start to hit that 35 range, we could be getting into perimenopause. And the thing about perimenopause is it can last for years. Menopause is 1 year and you're done. And then you're in postmenopause. But perimenopause can be 10 years, it can be 13 years. So people can experience it for a long, long time. So what is progesterone? So progesterone has many different roles in the body. Number one, it's thermogenic for us. It is a hormone that helps boost our metabolism. It helps keep our thyroid gland going. And a lot of times if we have low thyroid, we're going to have probably low progesterone. It's also a natural diuretic, helps get rid of water. It stimulates our GABA receptors, so it controls our mood. It's calming, it aids in sleep, it keeps you level-headed and relaxed. I always say that progesterone is the nice sister and estrogen is kind of the mean sister, is what I mean. But it is released by the ovaries. It helps protect our uterus from developing too much of the inner lining. Estrogen will grow the inner lining so that you can get pregnant and support the baby. And then progesterone comes in and stops the growth of that so that you can carry that baby. So it's responsible for pregnancy too. It also maintains our good HDL cholesterol levels because progesterone is made from cholesterol. Some symptoms of low progesterone: fatigue. If you're struggling with a lot of low energy, that's a very good symptom of low progesterone. If you are having PMS, you're agitated, your mood changes. Remember, it controls our GABA neuroreceptors, so it can turn our mood on and off. Headaches or migraines, painful breast, irregular periods or cycles, and heavy periods. Bloating, waking up with bloating, like all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't even have to be like after you're eating, but you're just experiencing bloating all the time. You don't know where it's coming from. Swelling, water retention, especially like in the belly, the legs, and the ankles, and then disrupted sleep. If you're getting to sleep okay, or maybe you're having a hard time getting to sleep, but just staying asleep, that can possibly be because progesterone is low. In our hormone course, we test for this because of this reason. A lot of the symptoms that I just shared with you are also the same symptoms for high estrogen. So a lot of times we really don't know unless we test. But there are some things that I'm going to share with you today that you can do regardless if you might be experiencing low progesterone. Okay? The only true way to know is to test. And we test with saliva in our hormone course, but you can go get blood tests and things like that too. But saliva test what's bioavailable and ready for your body to use. The reason for low progesterone, number one, as we age and we enter into perimenopause, it's very normal for our sex hormones, progesterone, estrogen, to start to lower. Another one is stress. Whenever we are highly stressed, progesterone is converted to cortisol. And we know that whenever cortisol is in the house, everything else gets put on the back burner. It's that tier 1 hormone that's going to come in and save your life if there's any stressors in there. And all the stressors in our lives could be things like, just that we live on a go, go, go world, or maybe we're not eating properly, or maybe we've got family stress or financial stress or work stress. Those types of things can cause cortisol to rise, which then also blocks progesterone receptors. So that's why progesterone then can turn into cortisol. Okay. Another thing, of course, is little or no ovulations. Now, as we age, our ovaries start getting older too. Okay. Or you might be on birth control, which also suppresses our progesterone levels too. And then the fourth one is low thyroid. Like I said earlier, a lot of times if hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, you're going to find that you're going to probably struggle with a little bit of progesterone imbalances as well. So now what can you do about it? If you're like, hey, yes, these are things that I am experiencing. What can I do? First thing is nutrition, lifestyle are two of the most important factors in balancing hormones. And it takes time. It's not like a quick fix where you do these activities for 3 weeks and you're like, oh, okay, I'm good, I'm balanced. No, it takes time. It could take months. It could take 3 months. It could take 6 months. My program is 16 weeks, which is 4 months, because of that fact that we can get things all kind of in balance to where you're sleeping better, you're feeling better. But does it end after 4 months? No, you continue through those nutrition and lifestyle activities so that you can continue to keep those hormones balanced. But the first and most important thing too is to manage stress. Remember, when we have high cortisol, it will block progesterone receptors. So it basically will cause low progesterone. So manage your stress. All of the things that we need to do to manage stress. Take care of yourself daily. The second thing is limit caffeine and alcohol intake. Those are two that will definitely disrupt our progesterone. Alcohol, number one, basically steals a lot of things from our hormones because of the fact that when alcohol is in the house, the liver has to take care of the alcohol, the toxins. So basically, all of our hormones are processed through the liver and then excreted. If for some reason we're drinking alcohol every night, our liver never gets a break. It's like the ambulance. When alcohol comes in, it's almost like you're in a traffic jam and an ambulance comes and everybody has to move over until we can get the ambulance through. That's the alcohol. Then progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, all of those get put on the back burner. So that's the last thing that our body will control is our sex hormones and so on. It will take care of the toxins. It will take care of the stress that's in our body. Limit caffeine. Now, I'm not saying to quit it forever, just limit it. If you're doing 3 cups of coffee a day, take it down to 1. If you love coffee, just my suggestion is do it after breakfast. Don't let it be the first thing that you're picking up in the morning. And then minimize processed foods, increase fiber and balanced meals. So following a balanced meal plan is so important too. Balanced sugar levels. By doing that, you're going to be eating every 3 to 4 hours. Don't starve your body. Don't put your body into stress by going into like fasting where you're fasting for more than 12 hours. The most that any woman should really fast is maybe while you sleep. Like, for example, that you want to go to bed at 8 o'clock, you maybe stop your last meal at 6, and then you can start your next meal the next morning at 6. That's a 12-hour fast. Increase fiber. Make sure that you're including maybe some things like flax seeds, different nuts, and all of that in your diet because it's very important for us to have healthy cholesterol levels so that we can make progesterone. Another thing is exercise. Like I said, a lot of these are tips that are just lifestyle things that we're doing daily. Getting exercise, getting some movement, whether it is walking every day, definitely lifting weights. I'm a huge fan of making sure that we're lifting weights and building muscle because it's not only going to help you to look better, but it's going to help bone density. It's going to help body fat because the more muscle mass that you have, the more calories your body will burn naturally. And then you can do a thing called seed cycling where you're having plenty of healthy fats and seeds. If you are still having your menstrual cycle, then you would at one part of your cycle have like flax seeds and so on. On the other part of the cycle, you would have a different type of seeds like sunflower, pumpkin seeds, getting all kinds of good nutrients from that. So seed cycling is very, very good to do whenever you're still having your menstrual cycle to help progesterone levels too. Whether you are in menopause or you just don't have a cycle anymore, still consume plenty of healthy fats like avocados, nuts and seeds, almonds, flax seeds. Put flax seeds in your smoothie because, like I said earlier, progesterone is made from cholesterol. So a lot of times when we went through that fad of low fat all the time, basically what we've done is we've depleted some of our cholesterol levels. And cholesterol is not all bad. Supplement with vitamin C. That will help your progesterone levels too, anywhere from 750 milligrams a day up to 1,000 milligrams a day. And of course, incorporate some foods with vitamin C, like oranges and things like that too. And then also supplement with chasteberry. That helps low progesterone too. So you can get a chasteberry tea. You can actually get a chasteberry supplement. And I shared last week my thorn line, and there is a chasteberry in our thorn line too. So if anybody is interested in that, you can always reach out to me and I can give you the link again. Those are just some things. Like I said, if stress, if you limit alcohol and caffeine and watch your processed foods, make sure you increase fiber. Fiber is so important. I heard a statistic one time that the average woman doesn't even get 10 grams of fiber a day. And we need up to where like 35 and 40 grams of fiber a day. And where you get fiber is through fruits and vegetables and flax seeds. Balanced meals are very important. Exercise is important. And then making sure you're getting plenty of healthy fats so that we can make good cholesterol. Reach out if you think, wow, I really have a lot of those symptoms. Maybe I'm having that ankle swelling, or why am I always retaining water? Our 16-week program is a program where we go through 16 modules where you have activities all 16 weeks that you're going to focus on: lifestyle, nutrition. And then when we get your tests back, we actually give you a customized protocol so you know exactly what supplements are right for you, what foods that we need for you to incorporate. And then we also do like a liver detox so we can clean up the liver and the gut so that our body can properly metabolize our hormones. The liver has over 500 functions and it gets busy whenever we don't have good gut health, but also inflammatory foods that are causing us a lot of inflammation as well. And we go through that and we find some of those inflammatory foods so that you know exactly. So it's just basically all about balancing and minimizing some of the things that might be causing some of the symptoms that you're having. So reach out if you need some help. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye, everyone.